Estate Guru TV podcast. I'm Mario.
Talking low there, Mario.
I know, right?
Let's get
Ron
on
B,
this.
follow me.
Hey, let's
Jackson,
do this.
Texas, and it's my boy, fellow entrepreneur in real estate, Faris.
What's up, everybody?
Guest.
My name's Faris Wright. I'm an investor as well as an entrepreneur. I do real estate, rehabs, wholesale, flips, different things like that. I actually met Mario at a real estate event. He was a like-minded fella, so we linked up.
Excellent. So this is show number what, Mario?
7.
Show number 7.
Yeah.
This is something 7 weeks now.
Congrats, fellas.
Thank you.
Yep. Didn't think that I would be on the show 7 weeks, but I am.
We got 225 subscribers.
Good, and
that's a plus.
And I like doing the show. So a little bit about Mario. He is a full-time real estate investor. Owns a few houses as rent properties. Have a little technical difficulties. A few houses, rent properties you buy, sell, flip. Would like to do more wholesaling, as our guest does for a living. And Ron B, follow me, is our other host. Ron is a
Entrepreneur.
cryptocurrency millionaire.
Oh,
Maybe.
you trying to get me hacked, man?
Hey, maybe so, maybe not.
All right.
So anyway, our guest is a wholesaler, real estate, mine.
Yeah, so
Entrepreneur.
I actually started off doing wholesale, and I actually do rehabs and different flips as well. Besides a couple other things, I'm also putting together a network for like-minded individuals. It's called professionallifer.com. That's a website as well.
Nice.
Just trying to bring different people together, with like minds and see similar interests and share knowledge and information and resources.
Good. So what do you got going on with that?
Well, with that, that's why I was just so before we got on air, I was talking to Mario about I have an event coming up in January 2019 at Cartagena. It's a masterminds group. We have a couple investors signed on, as well as a couple entrepreneurs or people that have aspiration to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And with that, we just bringing people together just to link up. They say you build stronger bonds when you have experiences together.
Yeah.
So we're trying to put them somewhere outside of America to where they can have different experiences, and it becomes a bond, and then they'll be more comfortable with each other, sharing resources and knowledge and information and things like that.
Yeah.
Why Colombia?
Colombia is just I can't even name how many places I've been out the country, but Cartagena, Colombia, this is my first mastermind trip, and I'm pretty familiar with that area. And it's like its own secluded little area where you can be in Cartagena, and it's little spots outside of there. But for the most part, it's like say you go to Miami, everybody's on the strip.
Yeah.
So in Cartagena, it's like maybe like a 1 mile radius that pretty much everyone walks through up and down the streets. Nice. Where the shopping is, the room accommodations, the restaurants and things like that. So I thought it would be a perfect spot, for us all to bump into each other when we're not together,
So
as well as get everybody together. Yeah, I've been there 2 times,
Nice.
been to Medellin 3 times.
Oh, cool. I went to Cali, Colombia probably a few years ago.
How'd you like Cali?
Man, it's a young, vibrant place to be, man. I know those places are going to be hot within the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and the good thing I like about Cartagena is just because, like I said, it's secluded, like where everyone's together. You're going to run and bump into each other, even if we're not doing an event in January together. Because like I said, when we go, we're going to share one breakfast together where we all share our resources and knowledge and things we hope to get from the event. We're going to share a dinner together, but for the most part, you're on your own. We're going to have a not mandatory itinerary besides the breakfast and dinner. So most of the time you could do your own thing. We'll have some stuff set up for you if you want to participate, but you don't have to. And even if you're not, like I said, you're going to bump into each other in the streets.
How long you been doing this?
The mastermind event?
No, just real estate stuff.
Real estate, I've been doing it for 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah,
I
3
mean,
years.
I was looking at you. I was like, man, you don't look. I expected some old man to come in here.
Oh,
nah. Because you're a mentor, right?
Yeah, I actually do mentorships. I have some couple students who I coach and help guide them to their first deal. And my whole thing, like I said, with that and the brand, the professional lifer thing I'm trying to do is just, I basically want to build my own community. Not necessarily my own, but just ours. Like, we all share our resources, like-minded people.
Yes.
Like, even with the people I coach and mentor, So the plan is I help them, and, you know, eventually when they grow, they're going to feel comfortable doing things on their own, but they're always going to remember me and say, whenever they're having a hard time with something, they're going to come back to me. So from a student to a partner is what I'm looking to get out of them.
What were you doing before that?
Before that, man, I was actually having a hard time going through life.
So,
I'm
give me the
originally
rundown.
from Detroit, Michigan. It's just a small summary. I try to keep it short.
Yeah.
So I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I went to Michigan State University, and while at Michigan State University, I played football my freshman year. And right after that, I needed income. You know, sports athletes, they're always broke, and I was a walk-on. So I wasn't getting none of the benefits the
That's pretty
scholarship
good
guys was doing.
accomplishment right there.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. I cried.
That's the dream right there, man.
Yeah, when
Michigan.
When the coach Michigan State, bro.
Michigan
Don't
State.
get it
Sorry,
wrong.
yeah.
Come on now,
Go.
man.
Still. Go ahead.
What position you play?
Receiver.
Okay.
Receiver?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, I was at Michigan State. I was a pretty known guy. I used to go to parties a lot freshman year. I went to parties so much, I got pretty popular. Plus with the football, I'm like, shit, I could do this myself.
Yeah.
So I started throwing my own parties. I had this one thing called MSU Statewide Icebreaker. We probably had 3,000 people showing up to these events.
Nice.
Entrepreneurs.
so I rode that out.
The seeds.
Yeah, I rode that out to as far as possible till I graduated, and I was still doing this some when I graduated, but being that I wasn't up there, I wasn't able to successfully fulfill or hold that legacy and that brand there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing events in Detroit, my hometown. After I graduated, I went back home. I was doing 21 and up events there, no more college events. So I rolled that out, and I felt like this was a mistake I made. I'm honest with my mistakes. I don't mind letting you know when I made a mistake.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was at the top of the ceiling or the roof height of my career in Detroit, and wasn't too much more I could do, and I didn't want to be some 30-year-old party promoter when realistically it was paying me. I should have kept doing it. But I moved away from there. I moved to Los Angeles. Just tried to live the LA lifestyle. Thought I was going to be an actor or something. I don't know. I actually shot a couple short films and wrote, directed, and produced my own short film. That's on YouTube if anybody want to check it out. It's called One Hell of a Day by Faris Made Right, if you want to check that out. So after I did that, the LA band, I wasn't working in LA for 2 years. I had a girl. We were going out to dinners because every week it's a friend or birthday or celebration, and that just drain your pockets. So with that, I was doing that, trying to invest in my own film stuff, and just broke my pockets, man. My buddy was here in Houston doing real estate. He told me about the wholesaling thing. Like, that's a good entrant to get into real estate.
Yeah.
So I came here, got into business, had some luck, had some failures, which then eventually caused me to get a job. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do a job because I haven't had a job in 10 years. I've always been successful, make my own money. And jobs never value. It's like, I don't believe the whole job model.
Yeah.
It's like you
9 to
never,
5.
you could work, bro. If you hustle hard enough for yourself, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, you definitely can make your hourly pay or your salary within a year. So it's irrelevant for me to feel like I needed a job. So, like I said, I got back here, got into real estate, and I just got it going and kept it going.
What was you doing when you was working down here?
Man, I had a sales position, corporate for iFly indoor skydiving. I enjoyed the perks of it, but I enjoyed the perks, but definitely wasn't. I knew my worth.
Okay.
What'd you get? Did you graduate from school?
Yeah, I graduated with a degree in advertising.
I was gonna say, man, all those seeds like marketing, which is crucial in almost any type of real estate deal.
What happened to your girl? Did you bring her down with you from Houston?
Yeah, we actually came. So I moved her from Detroit to L.A.
You like her?
Yeah, shit, I love her. Shit. So I moved to L.A. And me and her used to always talk about L.A. So I'm like, okay, I moved to L.A. Yeah. She really liked L.A. This is when she was my friend. She was actually my best friend.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't know we was going to talk about girls and shit, but let's do it.
Mario.
We'll do it.
Let's do it.
Mario.
So
we need more
I moved her from Detroit to L.A. And while in L.A., we enjoyed the L.A. lifestyle. Like I said, we was going out, having fun, going on tours. Like, I'm a big walking guy. I love sights and shit.
Yeah.
Wait, can we cuss on there?
It's on YouTube. Just it's all good though.
You good, man?
I ain't gonna cuss excessively.
You're not a sailor or nothing like that, but go ahead.
So moved her to L.A. and I let her know, like, babe, straight up, I don't know how we gonna do it. I don't feel like working. I always wanted to try to make some hustle type work.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about going to Houston to try this real estate thing. Let's do it. So she was working on Rodale Drive, and at the time, her store on Rodeo Drive just got shut down anyway, so she was laid off getting unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, all right, we could do it since, everything was lining up. So I was like, all right, well, we did it. We moved here. Then we wound up breaking up maybe about a year in, 2 years in. Nah, it was good, though, man. It was, like I said, I don't mind being honest and real with people as well as myself. Like, I was going through some mentally things where I probably wasn't the right fit for at that moment.
Trying to find yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Trying to figure stuff out. But
we
still good now.
So give us an idea of like your age, going to LA, leaving LA, and then coming here.
I was just about to ask that.
I can't even remember. So,
how
I
do you
left
know?
Detroit when I was like 23.
23.
Okay.
Then I went to LA for 3 years, so that's 26. Then from 26 to here to 30, so I've been here for like three and a half years.
So you're 30.
Yeah, 30. I'll be 31 this August, actually.
Good. I think that those years for a young man are crucial.
Yeah,
That 23 to 26 to 28 are imperative. You don't necessarily even know yourself at that age.
And then I feel like you could mess up all day. Like you could
you will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a part of growing up as a man. I mean, I think that I could look back at 23 to 26 and I'm like, you wouldn't know me now. I'm a totally different person. And it also goes to test, like, I didn't get, we're talking about relationships, but I didn't get serious with my wife, who is now my wife now, until like I was about 25, 26. And so it's like, anytime before that, it's like, you're just figuring out who you are.
Right.
And even I think some of those bumps and bruises that you acquire help you to mold yourself in life later on, if you learn from them. If you don't, then you don't. But about 30, I'd say about 30 is when I started getting real serious. Maybe 29.
How's yourself, brother?
Huh?
How old are you?
30. I'm 35.
Yeah, okay.
So, it's just like I look forward to 45. I think that
Most definitely.
life would be great then. But looking back, yeah, I mean,
I think a lot of
everybody
problems
has the same story. Similar.
Yeah,
story.
in your 20s leading up to 30, like I think I don't want to say, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but place a lot of blame on society standards.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all think we're supposed to be at this level or this certain thing by this certain age because the things we see or the standards that was set before us by peers, adults, friends, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of I don't want to go too far off topic, but I know a lot of people that got married when they were like 24, 25, and they're divorced before 30.
That's right.
And it's just because they were doing it, or even today I still see it, people are doing it because everyone else is doing it. It seems like it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not, figuring the person out and they made out on what's the future is looking like because they start to feel old and feel like, oh, by 23 I should do this. I graduated from college. It's time to get married. It's time to have a kid. Mm-hmm. Shit don't always happen the way you think it is.
No.
Man, I was extremely immature when I was in my 20s. Like I know Ron knows. Like me and Josh, we was tight and then we fell off and then we
But no, you say fell off. We didn't fall off. We just
disagreement.
Disconnected.
No,
Disconnected,
right? We just like lost contact.
Yeah.
I don't want to
You
say
said
fall off.
Yeah, you said fall off. I was like, what happened, man?
No, we didn't have no dispute.
What really happened,
We just
dog?
lost contact.
I just Mario was a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
He was a friend. He was our friend's little brother.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you just one day I never seen Mario for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
like
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So where you guys? All you guys from Houston?
Yeah, we're all from Houston.
I was born and raised here. in Houston.
Yeah.
Close friends?
Yeah.
I know him from the basketball court. And
So you be putting them to work on the court?
Man, he already knows, man.
Oh, okay.
They both
knows,
think they
man.
can hoop.
Nah, he's retired now.
He's
like Kobe. He's like Kobe right now.
Check me out YouTube. I got some videos on there. Ron B, follow me.
Cool.
You'll see what's up.
Yeah, so I just met Ron on the show. I didn't know him previously.
So how'd the show come together? I'm taking over your guys'
No, it's all
interview.
right.
Let's
No,
do it.
It's okay.
Man,
it's actually pretty good.
Okay, that's cool. I was originally about to do it with
Wholesale.
No names.
yeah, I'm not gonna drop his
No
name.
names,
I was
bro.
really supposed to do it with what's his name, and then something happened, and then he like backed out last. Well, I didn't hear from him. Then I think he backed out, and then I think like the next. I'm real spontaneous.
Do the real estate with somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
The podcast.
Oh, the podcast. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then I'm real spontaneous, so I called Josh, and I was like, "Hey, because Josh is the one that he introduced me to Q and then Media Block.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, okay, well, like, these are my two mentors right here. These are the two people.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
whenever I get a deal, I give it to them. Like, hey, what do you think about this?
Right.
I'm thinking about wholesaling. I'm thinking about renting it out. I'm thinking about owning finance. I'm thinking about selling it. Like, what do you think? And then Josh, he runs the numbers. Ron, he's like really informative about real estate. He hasn't started it yet, but
So y'all got
he
a
knows a
strong
lot.
bond though.
yeah, we
That's
do.
really good.
We do.
That's
So
really good.
that's how we're all connected together.
I
And,
got, like,
and
I
this
feel-
idea just came together.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was
Yeah.
spur of the moment. So see, he called me one day. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this podcast," and he's like, "Just you want to come to the house?" I was like,
Yeah.
"It's not gonna
Just come on for one show.
Yeah, it's not gonna be right. If you do it at the house, it's not gonna be right.
Right.
Nobody's gonna take it seriously. It's not gonna sound right. Blah blah blah. So I said, look, I got a homeboy that runs the Media Block. Just go up there, do your podcast there. It's not real expensive. So then he said, okay, cool. So he had his other dude on there, and then the day of or the day before, he's like, man, my dude's not showing up.
Yeah.
So can you sit in for a show? And he's like, I'm gonna get my buddy Ron to come in. And
that's what's up.
that's how it started. So originally,
Pretty much.
that's why I said seven shows. I wasn't supposed to be that long, but I enjoy it. I think it's we get to meet some folks that
Right.
are like minded, you know.
Right.
And
Exactly.
so I'm a business owner. I have a good sized company. I don't look like it, I do, but I do. And
Hey.
so I feel like in my taking business seriously and how I run my company, I take that and I apply it to everything. So I give Mario a little instructions, a little advice, but he's a man. He's on his own.
Right.
He just bounces ideas off me. It's not for any profit on my part, just per se. But I'm saying, if you have an idea, there's sometimes it.
Not to cut
Go
you off,
ahead.
but that's what I love about life and men. Like I think educated men or men always find their way no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Like how he wanted to do it with
Yeah.
someone else. It wasn't happening. He said, F it. Let me call up my guys. I know these guys support me. This is my team. I'm going to make them do it.
Yeah.
And you came together and got it done. It was going to get done regardless who
Yeah.
you did it with.
What happened
Yeah.
with you and Darius? He told me I had that podcast. It was with y'all, right?
It was like 5 people in there, bro. And to be honest, I let them know, like I just wasn't feeling like I don't want to speak about gossip or current events that can have battle of opinions.
Yeah.
Like I'm all about talking about success. If not success, how we gonna get to success? Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Money, business. That's all I like talking about.
Me too.
It was a topic that came up that was going on. This one that actually turned me off, and I let them know, like, yo, I just ain't feeling it, and I'm actually pretty busy as well. And, I was doing this because it was something I was somewhat passionate about, giving my point of view on things. But it was a topic going around, the whole Me Too and all that type of stuff, and it was just touchy with opinions because we don't know the full facts and details about stuff, and it was just like
speculation.
I don't want to touch on stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That ain't me.
Yeah, it's speculation, so.
Very good.
But so tell us a little bit about without divulging all tell us like what you're doing in real estate, how successful you are, because you're still new. This is 3 years, right? It's not like you could say I'm a seasoned vet,
Right.
based on how much volume you do,
Right.
But there's to be honest, there's I don't know how many wholesalers in town, a whole bunch, right?
Plenty.
So what sets yourself apart from wholesaler A to scumbag wholesaler B?
I can't even tell you, brother. Like I personally, I'm just all about myself in my own zone. So I just make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to keep busy. And when I'm not busy, I read or something to stimulate my mind.
Yeah.
That's like I'm all about mind stimulation. Like this podcast, talking with you guys today, could make me think of something else and have another idea.
Yeah.
I've got a podcast going on the site that I mentioned earlier with the whole brand and network connection I got going on.
Yeah.
Like I just like my mind being stimulated. Like he's wearing a jersey, I could say, hey, that jersey look nice. That color scheme dope. I'm gonna invent a T-shirt with that color scheme. Then the T-shirt might turn to a hat. Then the hat might turn to pants. Like one thought always leads to something else.
I like that. a
So
lot.
with that, like I said, I'm always on. Like I don't think about other wholesalers. Like I'm figuring out, hey, I did wholesaling. What's next? Okay, doing rehab. What's next? Okay, let's try a multi-unit family joint. Let's try a development.
Yeah.
So I'm always just trying to grow. Like I'm not focused on nobody else unless it's something I see that I'm not implementing in my system. What can improve me? Then that's the only time I'm looking at somebody else.
What
It's a good thing.
Yeah. What? Who are like the biggest influences? Like the whole Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki was one of the big influences on me as far as my mindset. Like, oh, I need to start looking for passive income. What one of the big where that light bulb just went off.
I don't want to sound cliche, but
Yeah.
bro, I grew up in the hood, and like I just know I don't want to be broke, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna work slave for somebody for a job. Like my
Yeah.
whole idea of the job model is this: you first you gotta beg or hopefully go to all these job interviews. Hopefully you get the job. Once you get the job, you're there at a salary or hourly wage. Then you gotta prove yourself and beg again to get more money.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you get so far up there, they could eventually lay you off, and you did all this work for all this time. They
Yeah.
say, hey, we don't need you anymore. And the cycle complete again. Or they find somebody else cheaper with new updated skills. Like before social media, nobody were looking for social media marketing. They
Yeah.
had a professional marketing team that just did print marketing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, who's ever in-house as the print marketer, that's starting to turn out. Now they're like, hey, we don't need you. Let's get this young guy a quarter of your salary. Let's lay you off and hire 10 of these guys that make up your salary.
Yeah.
So I never believed in the whole job system or supposedly career type thing. Like I always believed in myself of making some money.
But flip that around. Think about this. Like, what's your opinion on this? At some point, you want people to work for you, right?
Uh-huh.
So put that in perspective of what you're saying, because you know you have to also have a little bit of respect for people that do go to work.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because
Yeah, I get
I'm
you.
not saying I'm not saying you're disrespectful to them,
Right.
but at all, like zero to the audience. But there are people who that is their best function is when somebody tells them what to do. You may function better when you have it out of your own head. Nobody has to tell you what to do to
Right.
make money. So where's the balance in that when it comes to like maybe when 10 people work for you?
Well, I found balance in like if I had a job that I truly like, even at iFly, when I worked there,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the job. It was pretty cool. It's just if you don't see or your company doesn't allow you to voice your opinions or your ideas that could be successful and you believe it, then it's no point for you to be there. Like, so if people were to work for me or people that's working a 9 to 5 now, if you're happy with your job and it's fulfilling you, that's what it's about, your fulfillment.
True.
If it's fulfilling you, then hey, stick with it. If it's something you truly enjoy and you're happy with, like I know plenty of people that's happy with their job or their lifestyle, however it may be.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, then it's for you. If you don't see anything wrong with the system that you're doing or you're in, then hey, do it. And it's also, I mean, let's be realistic. It's some people that just don't have the or whatever
That's
you
true,
could
yeah,
say
yeah.
that wants to go out
Yeah.
there and bootstrap hustle or something like that.
That's true. That's true. So that you hit the point of what I was thinking about.
So, I mean, were there any influences or, like, when I said influencers, like your parents or
How you
an
get your
uncle?
confidence? Your confidence.
Man, it's just
It's
believing in
innate.
myself, man. Knowing
Is
I'm
it-
going to pull it out of you, man.
is it
I
is it
can't-
is it innate? Is it built in you from a kid?
yeah, I think it's just built in me, man.
Yeah.
Like start off if we go back to hustling. I
Yeah.
guess
High
like
school.
I had middle school. I sold candy,
Yeah.
CDs,
That's same
and then
here.
college,
Same
high
here.
school,
Yeah.
DVDs, CDs. I tried to sell drugs, well, marijuana, but it just wasn't for me. Like
Yeah.
I tried. My brother was a successful marijuana seller.
Yeah.
And I hit him up. He let me know, like, man, I don't want to do this. And I was like, Mom said it's cool. So,
Yeah.
I was able to get an ounce from him. But only
Mom said
thing,
it's cool.
I was only making like $80 a week.
Wow.
So that wasn't enough for me to, with the like, I
Yeah,
always manage way risk
Yeah.
reward. Taking weed to school, getting caught with it, getting kicked out of school, or going to jail for $80 to be made in a week, it just wasn't worth it for me.
Yeah.
And that's all I was making. Like, I wasn't out there with it because I also played football with it. So I had to be low key, but also, hey, if you smoke, I got some.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. I probably did that for 2 months.
Mhm.
Wasn't worth it for me.
What's the roadmap? Like, I have a roadmap in my head.
Uh
What's your roadmap? Like, as far as, okay, you started off in wholesale.
huh. Uh huh.
Now you trying to move over to rehab.
Uh huh.
Well,
What's
you
the
done
next-
that.
So
right?
yeah. I like real estate, but I know it's like not my passion, or it's
Uh-huh.
not.
It's
like,
not?
Nah, it's not.
What's the roadmap?
I can't really give you a roadmap. I'm just going through life as I see things and want to try different things, see what's for me. I know I want to own a couple of different businesses.
Example.
I'm real big. So when I travel a lot, I like to check out hostels every now and then.
Yeah.
And hostels aren't big here in America, so I want to bring a nice upscale hostel here somewhere down in the
Tell
future.
them what a hostel
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I was about to say.
So
the
a
people that
hostel
don't-
is like a hotel, but it's like just group community living. So instead of a hotel room having 2 beds for just your guests, a hostel's like open bedding, like 8 beds in one little room It don't have to be little. It just depends
Yeah.
on how they set their hostel up.
15
But it's
bucks
just
a night or
community
something
living.
like
Yeah,
that.
15, $30 a night.
And you want to set one up?
Yeah, I want to open one here.
No
so
Airbnb, but a hostel.
I just like the
Yeah,
like even
yeah,
from earlier
yeah.
our conversation, I like the whole idea of community because like when I go to hostels in different countries, I meet people from different countries as well as different Americans from different states, and we just share stories of like how your journey got you here. Oh, you here alone? What made you come here? Everybody's story is crazy and unique, so I love conversation. I love talking to people and hearing different stories of people, different journeys in life.
Gotcha.
You said something about the multi housing.
Multifamily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just something I would like to get into in real estate, like finding a couple multi-units.
So what's you have a progression in your head? Like what's next after the rehabs you're doing?
Not
really?
Not really, because who knows? I might not even get multi-units. I might just do rehabs and then have a couple rentals, just have that income coming in every month. So I'm not really sure where my journey's gonna take me. I'm just following it as it go.
But like real estate is a game though. Like that's what you're gonna do no matter what.
Yeah, that's always. Once you
Do you
learn
think-
the trade,
You think that? You think you'll be in real estate 10 more years?
I'm not sure. Probably with
right.
rentals. Yeah, I'm gonna own land and probably have a couple rentals out 10 years down the line. I don't think it's ever gonna go anywhere just because. Like I even see something the other day that say, buy land because God ain't making no more.
Yeah, that's an old saying. They're not making no more. They're not making no more of it.
Exactly. Land's always gonna be there, so you gotta have your piece of land.
So you say real estate is not your passion?
No, I don't think it's my Like, of course, once you know the business
Yeah.
and you know the flow of it, you want to do it because you know
It's profitable.
it's profitable, right? And it's going to always be profit in the land. But like it's not going to be something like I'm that passionate about forever. I'm going to always own some just because it's profitable. And like I said,
Passive.
when you learn the trade, you learned it. And why
It's
not
a
keep
tool.
doing it?
Yeah, that's what I tell people. It's a tool to get, like, you want free time. Like, I want free time. That's what I'm passionate about.
Right.
Having my own free time so I can spend it how I want to spend
Exactly.
it. And real estate is a passive tool that you can use when you got rental properties or you're investing in syndicate groups or anything like that, in multifamily units and stuff like that, where you just got checks coming in.
Right.
You put your money in there, and then checks come out. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So
Everybody I know, like super successful people that's even started in real estate, like they always find their way towards something else. That doesn't mean they're going to leave the real estate. They just find something else to do that fulfills them. That could be traveling with your family, blogging. It's a guy that I know owns a high-end, foreign car dealership now.
Yeah.
Because he really loves cars.
Yeah.
So it's just different things.
yeah.
Gotcha. So do you have anything under contract now?
I actually have 2 under contract. I'm waiting on title company to clear right now.
Gotcha. How do you do your marketing? Like
I do.
without giving your
Yeah,
your,
I do.
your
It's
secret.
no problem. I do direct mail campaigns. That's pretty helpful for me. I'm actually going to get in some target internet marketing soon. That's something I've been looking into. Just because it's inexpensive and like I said, my whole thing now is like even the people I mentor and coach, I want them to be successful so they can eventually bring me deals and we'll partnership. Like it's only so far I can reach as one man.
Yeah.
Like I got people teaching Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago. So I'm helping them out, and I could be a national real estate dude. Get out just Houston, where I know it's kind of some would say saturated at.
Yeah.
But it's good to have legs and arms in other places. Like they're expanding my reach, and once they get a couple good deals, that I could brand myself out there, and that'll be a whole new market for me.
How many people would you say you wholesale? That you mentor?
Right now, like I've been so focused on myself, and coaching or mentoring, you don't make a lot of cash in. That's why I said like my whole goal is to help them to where they feel comfortable doing everything, but they're going to run into a problem or something, and I could be of help or be a solution for them.
Gotcha.
To where I can assist them and we'll partner on something.
Gotcha.
So right now, I've actually just started coaching last year, and I say I've helped about 5 people, 6 people, maybe 4 of them found deals because it all, some people, they think they want something. When they start doing it, they're like, it's not for me.
Work.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
They like the idea of it.
Exactly.
But they don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have your own mentor, or did you start out with a
Yeah,
mentor?
I actually did. Real Estate Marlin. pretty successful guy.
Same guy
Yeah,
that the
same
other
guy
guys
there.
use.
Yeah, he's
Talking
from
about,
we're all from Detroit.
Detroit.
We went to college he went to Michigan State freshman year, but he wound up doing some other things, and we had 2 apartments together downtown Detroit. Like, he's just been a homeboy from the start.
Good.
He's actually the one when I was in so I always compare him telling me about real estate in Houston while I was in LA when stuff was going bad for me in LA. That's what made me move here. I don't know if you guys remember that the scene from Wolf on Wall Street when what's the chubby dude name? He said, "You show me a check right now for this amount, I'll quit my job and
wait
come."
for you.
Yeah, so I was like, "Bro, you show me something right now, I'm gonna pack up and leave and move here to Houston." So that's what I did.
That's a true story. So, any advice for people that not necessarily like trying to use you as a mentor, but any advice for people that are on the fence about real estate? Like, in other words, they want to try it, but they're scared.
So this the camera we talking to?
Yeah.
Okay, so the advice for you that want to try and you scared, just go on Instagram at Faris Made Right, FarisMadeWright. I'll help you. But yeah, so realistic advice. I mean, of course, I think you need a mentor or some coach of some form just to show you the ins and outs. Like, I know people that get into it all the time by themselves, and they just don't know, or it's like they're stuck. Yeah, it's just because they question so much instead of trusting their process. You need somebody to let you know, like, no, you're doing it right, or you need some people to talk to bounce your ideas off of, see what's working for you, what's not. Like, I had a buddy, he was talking about his first deal. He was like, "Man, I got super dressed up in a suit. I thought I had to look like this and do this." I'm like, "Dang, bro, I didn't know that neither." But everybody has problems in real estate.
Yeah.
It's just you got to make it work. That's the motto we go with. You got to make it work. If it's a deal, you got to make it work.
Yep.
So
what you think about social media? Like have a lot of people, like I told Josh the other day, like a lot of people hit me up on like to mentor them.
That's where people hit me up from, social media.
Well, what about deals? Have you got any deals?
I haven't got any deals off of it. More so, I guess you could say I got deals. Got referrals. Like somebody that know I'm doing it, and they like, "Hey, my mom's selling a house in this area. You want to come check it out?" So I've gotten referrals. Yeah.
I'm curious about social media. You know how you could promote a post, like you pay if it's a business account. Like you can pay for something to get spread out, like throughout the whole city, a certain area.
Right.
So I'm curious as to if you would try it or you would try it, because you guys.
I'm definitely gonna try it.
You guys are the ones. But what if you created a video with you on there saying, if you know anybody that wants to sell a house right now that needs to sell a house, call me, like, and then send that out. Would you get a deal?
I think you would eventually. It's just how long you're gonna run the ad for, and how much your budget.
It's cheap.
Exactly.
It's
like $20.
No, it's $20.
You spend $1 a day for like
a year.
$1 a day. I think the minimum on internet is $1 a day, but it guarantees like 500 views.
Yeah.
They might necessarily convert to leads, but
it's usually
people scroll past it.
So it's usually half of 1% will actually be a viable lead. So if you take, let's say you reach 1,000 people, half of that was 500. Oh. Yeah, half of 1% of half. So it's like 500 people. 1% of that would be what, 5 solid good leads.
Yeah,
5 people.
So that's the conversion rate usually. I don't know what it is for social media, but like I spend thousands of dollars every month for print, and print's going away from me. Like eventually, I'm not going to spend any money on print.
Yeah, Google AdWords. What it is.
Well, yeah, I spend thousands of dollars on Google AdWords too. So, but this year was supposed to be my last year for print, and when I go back to print, I tried it one time this year, and it started bringing me customers again. So I said, hey, I can't necessarily just leave print out.
Yeah,
but the rate of return for social media is even greater. So at some point,
I think
it's all going that way.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, or I hope I didn't.
No, go ahead.
But with what you said, I think like how you said, you don't want to get away from print. I think print return on investment just take a longer time to convert.
Yeah.
Versus social media and internet, it's like direct. Like they'll see it and call it right away.
Different audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people that are our age are not looking at print.
Exactly.
But my customers that are 50, 60, 70 years old are. And so it's a different demographic.
Right.
So like you can't not want those customers. And it depends on what you're selling too. So so like for instance, that's why I say like in social media, everybody sees it and everybody knows somebody who is going through that needs to get rid of a house. So that's my challenge as one of y'all is create a post where you're talking to the audience, say, hey, sell me a house. I want to buy a house, and everybody want to buy a house, and just let leads flow through. That's my personal challenge to one of y'all.
Yeah. I'm looking. Like that's what I said. I've been looking into internet marketing more.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting my site redeveloped for my real estate at least.
Because Google AdWords for anything that's real estate related, as far as you trying to find the lead, is out the expensive.
It's going up.
Expensive.
Yeah, because more people that everyone's targeting the same target AdWords, and when you target that, of course, it goes up more and more. Whereas I think social media marketing isn't as expensive, but I also know a lot of people don't search Facebook for real estate buyers, like how they would search on Google. Like Google, you search for specific businesses. On Facebook, you search different interests. Like you may search real estate or something. You're not searching real estate buyers or people selling real estate or people buying real estate. You search a topic or a person on Facebook or social media. Yeah. But it's definitely something I've been looking at to getting into.
I think it's there. It's just like bouncing ideas and talking, discussing.
Yeah, we're getting older too. You gotta remember Facebook came out when I was got for every college, because first it used to be just for college students. You had to have a college email. That's right. And that was in 2005 when I was a freshman. Mm-hmm. So now we're at 30 now. So imagine people that are at 40, they're inheriting their parents' house. So like you said, Facebook is eventually going to be there. Yeah, because people inherited properties that they don't want, or let's say uneducated, ignorant people.
When did you get a Facebook account?
I had it freshman year at college, Michigan State.
Still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. I actually got 3 of them because you maxed out at like 5,000.
Yeah. But does that mean so you have a Facebook account the whole time? At some point, almost everybody will have one. It's just a matter of
no. I think it's pretty close. Like how many people in the world? 7 billion or something?
Yeah, about 6 billion.
They got
population
like
3 billion probably.
They got like half of the world has Facebook.
It's 23 billion people on the planet.
No,
or 8.
6 billion. About
7 billion.
7 billion.
I believe it's 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fact check me.
I don't know, man. You know, was that China pop-out babies crazy or something like that?
Oh man, that's something I was reading about. Or no, a friend of mine was telling me about. This is way off topic, but in I want to say it's in China. They have these entire cities that are built that are empty. Yeah. Like I'm talking like 50, 60, 80 story apartment complexes that are empty. Wow. I mean, you're talking.
Are they just building or it's old ruins?
They overbuilt. They overbuilt. Yeah. The government was actually invested into. My theory is those cities are going to be full in the future. There's something that they know that we don't know. I think that, but that's what they were doing. They're investing their excess money into property.
Yeah. So there was something about GDP and the contractors that built the properties were in other words, to say, hey, build as many this as you can. You're going to build all you can. Yeah. Who cares if it's occupied or not? You're getting paid to build it. So,
and I also, were you done?
No, go ahead.
Like I also read somewhere, like I'm not sure, this was probably last year, or even somewhat this year, like, you know, they keep saying we're not going to own America anymore. China is going to own America. Like they have so many different back doors of the way they're investing. Yep. I actually sold a couple properties to a couple people, Chinese people, and they say like, oh yeah, we don't need to see it. We know the price number will work. This is the only offer we'll offer you. Yeah. And he's like, hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they trying to buy up Detroit?
Yeah. They've invested a lot in Detroit from what I've heard. I don't keep up too much with it because I'm not there. I just hope some pieces are available when I'm ready to invest in Detroit.
Back in Detroit, yeah.
People were giving property away over there, right?
It's pretty cheap, man. Like I know there's
certain
auctions.
neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly. You get a lot for like $1.
You know all those big warehouse spaces that are being built right now, like the ones that are all up and down the Beltway. Those huge. Like factory-looking spaces. Mm-hmm. So a couple years ago, when they first started building those, and this is when Trump first got in office, they were building them on the impression that manufacturing is coming back to the United States, right? Yeah. And so what do you need for manufacturing? Is manufacturing space. So, you know, the port's here, the Beltway's there. It's a good spot for manufacturing to get over to the port, get you good to the port. So, like all these spaces, if you think about it, all up and down 288, all up and down the Beltway, they're building these big spaces. And then, sure enough, Walmart says they're gonna focus $250 billion on USA manufacturing. So once that big box store comes in, another one does it. Another one does it. Another one does it.
With you saying that, I know a lot of those companies lie to try to help their stock prices. Because you got to think about last year or 2 years ago? They shut down like a couple thousand stores, Walmart stores. So it's like
everything's going to Amazon, right?
Exactly.
Everything's going to be shipped to your house.
They try to. I know
the
sometimes.
next 10 years.
Yeah, I know sometimes they try to project that out there to make everyone think their business model is still working. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, they wouldn't have shut down all them stores if they were making more money like that.
What you think about Toys R Us?
It's time for them to go.
Yeah.
They didn't evolve, just like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You got to evolve.
It's actually so it's a podcast called God, I can't. If you guys give me 1 second, let me pull this up.
Right.
So Blockbuster and Netflix could have coexist. Like they were
didn't do
cool.
the deal.
Yeah.
Netflix wanted to buy Blockbuster, right?
Yeah, and but Blockbuster they were pretty even in the race for a minute.
Yeah.
But then something I can't remember exactly what happened. If you guys don't mind me shouting out another podcast,
No, that's
like
cool.
it's a big heavy hitter, like some dudes from, not the dude that created LinkedIn, but it's another one. 1 second, fellas. I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's all right.
but it's
I like-
really dope. It's like they talk about all the competing things, like Chrysler versus Ford, like what changed, Blockbuster versus Netflix,
Yeah.
Nike. How did Nike let Under Armour into the market? It's pretty crazy.
By thinking they were thinking too much. of
I know
themselves.
Blockbuster had a streaming service at a time. Like if you
Did they?
Yeah.
They
They
still
did.
do or no?
That's how they were almost. They
Wow.
that's how they were neck and neck with Netflix. The podcast called Business Wars.
Business Wars.
It's
okay.
pretty crazy, man.
I'ma check it out,
Just hear
yeah.
them stories.
Yeah. So do you think that at some point, this is an opinion, but do you think that Blockbuster thought that they could compete with Netflix?
Yeah,
At
they
that point?
they were pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
So Blockbuster thing was the way they were beating Netflix was that when they started doing the streaming and mailing service,
Mm-hmm.
because remember Netflix was just you drop the DVD in the mailbox and they'll mail back.
No, that's Redbox.
No, that's-
No,
Redbox.
that was Netflix too.
they own that?
Netflix
They
has
own
a
Redbox?
No, no, no.
Netflix started with the mail.
Yeah,
I
thing.
didn't know
Netflix
that.
has like a premium service, and you could just
I wasn't.
They
a
would
customer.
send you a
Yeah.
physical
Yeah,
one, and
yeah.
then when you're done watching,
Yeah,
you drop it
back in
the
the
mail.
day. Yeah, back in the day.
So when they were doing that, Blockbuster was doing it also, but you can
Ah.
also take your DVD directly into a Blockbuster and pick what you wanted too. So
Instead
that's
of-
how Blockbuster was beating Netflix.
I got you.
Yeah.
But that's before the streaming process.
Yeah.
Like
So-
everything's online.
Is Netflix still doing that? Because I took that off of my.
I don't
service.
even.
Nah, why would you?
pay attention?
Nah,
Yeah.
why would
They
you?
stopped it?
I don't see
Everyone's
it. It's not
caught
on
up
my
to the
phone.
market. Yeah,
it's not.
everyone.
On, it's not on my phone as an option to get a DVD shipped to you. I only have a DVD player anymore.
Right.
Exactly.
Everyone caught up to streaming business. So
Yeah.
Do
I got a
you-
PlayStation.
Yeah.
This is also before I call it growth and business development, is when big companies like Amazon and Amazon, it just starts buying up everything.
yeah. So with my
They-
thing with Amazon, like I don't think this is just personally how I look at stuff. I don't think no companies are gonna match what Amazon's doing to compete with them now. I actually think the post office, USPS, is gonna subcontract Amazon to deliver their packages, because Amazon's package rate delivery is like superb versus USPS. They have
Yeah.
packages that go missing so many times. Like postal, no disrespect to postal service workers, but it's a lot of them out there that don't care about delivering mail. Like it's not
It's a government
happy.
job.
It's
Yeah,
probably
where-
the process is not as
Yeah.
efficient, right?
Yeah.
They're not trying to make a profit.
And that's what Amazon's figured out. Like they have I don't want to say the Henry Ford streamline model or whatever.
Yeah.
But Amazon figured that out. That's how they're more sufficient at delivering packages. So I think FedEx, USPS, UPS, they're all going to go through contract and work through Amazon.
They're talking
'cause
about
they
using
need it.
drones now.
Oh no, Amazon's doing.
Right?
Yeah.
Amazon's doing their own delivering.
Yeah,
I-
they
yeah,
deliver
yeah.
same day now
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. I don't mean, do you really need your stuff that quick?
I do.
I don't
You
know.
got to think about.
I don't, man. I'm
Nah,
like, I don't
yeah,
need
I
my
don't-
ink cartridge that quick.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't
mean,
even
they're like,
like
look,
that.
that's what it
If
is.
you could get it, why not though?
Yeah, I hate going
I
to the
mean-
store. I hate going in.
Why though?
It's
I
a-
like
Hold on.
having it in my hand.
You want them guys to order your groceries too, don't you?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No. Like,
Nah, I
like,
just-
Uber
like
Eats.
there is some stuff I do want to touch and feel and like, okay, I like the quality of this, right? But I know what I'm buying. Like I know that's what I'm going to get. But like there's some things that I call trivial. They're meaningless to me. Like I'll give you an example. So I went to go to out of town to float the river this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot to order a phone case that kept my like a pouch.
Waterproof.
Waterproof
Yeah,
pouch.
yeah.
And so in my mind, it's Friday. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I was like, man, can I get this thing delivered to me today? Because I'm gonna be gone Saturday. I'm gonna miss it. So I had to go into the store, spend 45 minutes of my time looking for a stupid pouch when I could have got it on Amazon cheaper and faster if they did the same day.
Yeah.
That's the kind of item I'm looking for. Same day.
Yeah.
You know what else I
Yeah,
find
yeah.
crazy, brother? Like, so a lot of people think just because companies aren't booming in the U.S., they aren't doing good at other places. Like here, Sears is almost pretty much extinct.
Yeah.
But in Mexico City, actually, there's one like every couple miles. Like Sears is booming in Mexico City.
I didn't know that.
It's just we think, we're so close-minded to our way is the only way, and this is America. This is all we think about.
Yeah, that's right.
But when you travel, you see different things, you hear different things, and people experience or they just like different things in different places. So it's just crazy to think, because like I was just thinking about how we were talking about Amazon versus Netflix and Blockbuster, how all the Blockbuster shut down. He was talking about the phone case, and you can't just run into what used to be around Office Depot.
They're closed.
Office Max,
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. Yeah, Radio Shack.
Radio Shack is big in other countries as well.
I didn't know that they were gone. I tried to go to Radio Shack like a month ago.
But where, if you needed a case, where would you go? Besides one place?
Best Buy.
Exactly. You don't there's no other place, electronic place you think, I could go there. Just because Amazon just ran everything.
I'm going to go to Harwin and Hillcroft right there.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I go to Fiesta.
But that's what I mean. Like to go to Harwin and shop for something, you're going to dedicate your whole day to that one thing.
That's true.
My day's worth more than that. I can't do that.
You're right.
Like I can't go around looking at Walmart. I can't go to Academy and then another place to look for a phone case. Like I got to know that it's there. I'm going to go straight there and get it. Otherwise.
So you don't mind paying top dollar?
I do it all the time. That's everybody's pet peeve with me. Like my buddy got a deal on a hotel. It was $50, and I was arguing him down to death. I was like, there is no nice hotel for $50, bro. It's just not gonna happen. And we go. Sure enough, it's a brand new Fairmont. It's 2 months old. It's high end.
Right.
I would have. If I didn't trust what he said, I would have went and just booked it for full price because I know where I'm gonna stay at. But no, I pay for convenience. I don't like to wait. I don't like to wait for nothing.
That's how I feel about restaurants. Like, I don't want to go to a restaurant and not get the service I'm expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather pay the extra bit to know I'm comfortable. My meal's going to be perfect. I'm a picky guy. If I ask for something this is the way I want it, I'm paying for it. Give it to me. You got 5 stars if you do that right.
I tell the waitress, like, if there's a real busy restaurant and I'm with a group of people that's like 4 or 8 or what, you're going to get kind of shoddy service usually. So there's like 6 of us in the restaurant's jam-packed. I said, look, I'll give you a really, really good tip if you make sure that we're taken care of from the very beginning. They either take it or they leave it.
Do you have any kids?
Nah, no kids, man. No kids. Man, I'd be so focused on my search, meaning, purpose in life. Like, I'm working towards that. But if kids happen, I'm not going to say, oh, no, against. Like, I love kids. I want to have kids. I'm actually ready now if it happens, but I'm not going to force nothing or rush nothing. I want the right woman, right situation,
whatever it is. Do you need to be
is.
married before you have kids?
Nah, bro. I don't believe in any standards or society things. I'm moving at the flow of my life.
So you like a free spirit? You can say that?
I'm not the super earthy free spirit, but I guess you could say I'm free spirit. Like, I travel. I go out the country alone a couple times. I just move at the pace of my own beat, man. I just go, bro. And so I'm actually going to have to get out of here, fellas. I told Mario I'm going to be out of here at about 3:30.
Yeah, cool.
How long you guys run your podcast?
Till 4.
Till about 4.
Okay.
So.
So I appreciate everything.
Tell them again
plug
your Instagram
plug
and
so my Instagram is at Faris Made Right, FARISMADE Right, WRIGHT. And the community that I'm building with like-minded individuals, we call it Professional Lifer. The website is professionallifer.com. The Instagram is Professional Lifer, and like I said, the big thing I'm focused on is just building a community of like-minded individuals. And I like to do this now at this age because when I was in college, you're on the campus, you have your own community. Like, we all have similar minds. We're all there for the same thing. So with the community I'm trying to build, the network community I'm trying to build, it's just all like-minded people. If you want to get in business, if you are in business, let's share resources. Let's work together. Like, he might know something that I don't know, Mario. He may come with different ideas that he can offer to how to help my business grow to the next level that may be so insignificant to him because he's at a higher level. Mm-hmm. And he may have say, hey, there's an app for that, or there's this one program or one website. Like, I know people out there that don't know about Fiverr and different things like that to where you can get cheap work at quality. And it's just different resources you could share with different people. So I'm looking forward to this mastermind trip in January in Cartagena, Colombia. And I hope you guys would be interested. And if you could come,
I'm interested.
Bring your resources, any advice you could give, or somebody may give you advice. Shit, we might start a $1 million business there. Everyone chip in $100 or something with something small. I'm actually reading
$100.
You never know.
Because reason I said that too. I'm reading a book right now. It's called The $100 Startup. And let's just talk about all these people with started these businesses with such a small amount.
Mm-hmm.
And 10, so right now it's 10 people signed up for plus 3 millionaire investors that's coming to the trip right now as of now. And it's not until January. So with that being said, like they're going to have advice, we're going to have advice. We can start something big to where we don't have to be a majority owner. We can have 5%, 10%. 10% of a, what Jay-Z say, 10% of a billion is what? Some shit like that. So, bro, you wouldn't complain if it's making money. It doesn't take that much. You could stream. You could have fucking. Excuse me again.
That's cool. Don't worry about it.
You can have virtual assistants run your business as long as you know your system. So
True.
we can go ahead and get that done.
I hope
But
that
I appreciate
works.
it.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, most
man.
definitely. I'm gonna invite you fellas out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Cool.
Excellent.
Look forward
Thank
to
you.
it. Thank you
so much.
guys,
Thanks,
and
Faris.
thank Real Estate Guru podcast. I appreciate the time and talking to me. Have a
Yes,
good one,
sir.
guys.